This week I was doing some training for sales training. And had a gentleman come in and he has a lead problem, right? Using a scraper to scrape Facebook and get 100 leads, and it takes a few hours. And I kept telling him, I was like, look, you need more leads. You need way more leads. And I went ahead and used some AI and I was able to get 500 leads in 30 minutes. And it just got me. Now, this guy's pretty brainy and he didn't even know about this AI tech. And it got me to thinking, I'm a heavy user of AI. I use AI 40 to 50 hours a week. And it got me to thinking, there's a bunch of folks out there they've heard of AI or they use ChatGPT casually or they ask it questions and they don't know the full breadth and the full capabilities of AI. And it got me to thinking back in the day when I did a course, 30 days at $2,500, right? And it was me teaching how to do resale business and get your income up to 2,500 bucks in 30 days. This is something that's really different. You with no experience, no background, no following, no big social media thing, can literally make 500 to 1,500 bucks in the next 30 days using AI in certain business models. And this is one of the things that got me thinking, because I just literally sat down. It took me 45 minutes, number one, 15 minutes to find the AI, and it took me 30 minutes to get the leads. And this is one of the things I know from sales training. What are your numbers? And if you're doing sales, because he got a one appointment from 300 emails. So those are his. All right, let's talk about the books. This book right here is Most People Pick the Wrong Business, How to Discover the Right Business for You. That's what that book's about. We got a sale going on. The Money Management Kitty sale, Savage Money Master Your Finances, Unmasking the Investment Lie, the Motherfucker Principle, and the Money Management course. We got that going on as well. And let's get into it. The Profitable Mom, how you can make money as a stay-at-home mom or single mother. Got that book going on. Then we've got this guy, Savage Finance, the Savage Lawsuit, how to file, win, and collect without a lawyer, how to set up your lawsuit. We got the Motherfucker Principle. You can get that really cheaply. It's $1. And then we have this book, very powerful book, Unlock the Secrets of Making Millions with a Small YouTube Channel. Then we have Uncover the Investment Lie, why so many people tell you invest without giving you the full truth. Before You Say I Do, Discover the Secrets of a Lasting Marriage. The conversation you need to have with your wife before you get married. Then we have Savage Finance, Savage Money, Unlock the Secrets of Aggressive Money Management. Then we have the Sales God, Mastering Targeted Sales. Then we've got two more books. Permissionless Management, How to Hire People. And then we have Permissionless Wealth, Build Multiple Businesses at the Same Time. So currently these books will be on sale, so look for the price adjustment and you go ahead and get in there now. His numbers right now. And I was like, okay, well, you need about 3,000 leads to get 10 appointments, right? And then I say, if you got 5,000 leads, you will get 12 to 15 appointments, probably close 3 or 4 deals, and that will fill up your funnel. And this is just me going back in the old school sales. And I actually spent an hour, and I gotta say, if I had AI when I was selling commercial office furniture, oh my God, the amount of money I would have made. Because here's the thing. Right now with AI, you can use AI as a scraper. And I don't think a lot of people even know this because literally I found 500 leads in a general area, not all over the country. And this is one of the big things because the service he sells, he can sell to anyone. And essentially, I really thought about one of the things I was doing that really wasn't, like I said, I use AI quite heavily, right? And I keep saying that, and I even have a course on how to use AI like a millionaire. And more people just are not paying attention because let's talk about my YouTube framework. Start a YouTube channel, make videos, have a product, make sales. This is something that takes some time. And right now, with AI, you could literally, in today's economy, start making $500 to $1,500 your first month. And let's go ahead and talk about that. First of all, you got to learn how to use the AI. That's the first thing. Then you go ahead and start doing it. Now, your second month, you can probably make $6,000 to $10,000 in this current economy with no experience and none of this stuff. Now, this is the thing that got me really thinking about this. Right now, times are really hard for a lot of people. And why are times really hard for a lot of people when we have AI? I did some research. The majority of AI users use AI for free, which means that they're not on a paid plan. This is the thing. To pull out the best benefits of AI, you need to be on a paid plan. I've been on ChatGPT's paid plan since last August. And I've been on Claude's paid plan because here's the thing. You need to use AI a lot. You know, I saw this YouTube commercial talking about I can use AI and literally feel 15 minutes a day and become the most, no. You have to use AI quite a bit. You have to use AI a lot to become the most dangerous person in the room. But essentially, this is one of the things that's happening. Right now, there's something called OpenClaw. And I was in a course last year that was teaching people how to make agents using make.com, go in and hook up these agents to do these things. OpenClaw now does all of that and more. OpenClaw. And right now, there's a bunch of people who are installing OpenClaw systems on people's computers, and there's a 15-year-old kid, he's making $30,000 a month installing OpenClaw. And this is where the people are making money with AI. They're not using AI to actually make money, they're installing the AI. Now, what I'm looking at is something really different. I may do this in the course because I'll talk about what I'm getting ready to do. Because AI is consistently changing. There's so many things you need to do. There's Perplexity, ChatGPT, Claude, Manus, Gemini, and each one has a different flavor, right? So what I'm gonna do is start some training, and today is Thursday, and I'm gonna do the training on Saturday. And then I have my training on Sunday. So what I'm gonna do is, I gotta really think about the time I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do training every day to teach people how to use AI to make money very fast. And you know, with 30 days to 2,500, it was like teaching people how to do resale, right? And I had someone in one of my classes, he was talking about, I'm thinking about doing resale, but he doesn't really know how to do resale because the thing with resale is you need to know what to buy, and that's the key. But with this new ChatGPT, there's like literally every month we're going to come up with a new business model, and I'm going to charge $49 a month for the basic group training. For those of you who want one-on-one education, it's $150 a month. And for those of you who want business setups, it's $300 a month. All the links are below. Because here's the thing. Right now, people are struggling. People are really, really struggling because they do not understand AI. They simply do not understand it. And they have this thought process of AI is making people money, but you know who AI is really making money for? Nerds. That's who's making the money. It's not the cool guys. It's not the good looking guy. It's the nerds who are making money with AI. You want to know why? Because they're all over AI. They're looking at it. They're spending a great deal of time. I'm a nerd. I gotta say, I started using ChatGPT quite heavily September of last year, and literally be in it all day long, doing stuff and learning how to do things and creating. My ChatGPT has a certain kind, my ChatGPT has personality. And this is one of the things that people like about OpenClaw. You can program it to have a personality to engage with you a certain way. Well, if you use ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini deeply, this is something that happens from your uses. But literally taking what my student was talking about, finding 500 leads, and I would not email these leads. Email's a problem right now. Email is not as good as it used to be. I would cold call these people. So let's say you cold call 100 people a day. That's cold calling 500 people a week. You should get 3, 4, 5 deals out of that. And that's like literally once you get the training, once you figure out what you're going to sell, you could do this next week and start making money next week. So this is one of the things that can happen. There's so many things that I'm going to do training with AI. Number one, you can write a book with AI very, very quickly. I've seen there's been special AI platforms that were made to write books. Here's the thing. If you know how to write a book, you have the topical knowledge of how to put a book together, you can use virtually any AI system to write a book quite well. And the book will be written in your voice because you have to train the AI. But one of the things that we're getting ready to do, and I want you to think about this. Like right now, there's a ton of people on YouTube who are doing DoorDash, who are doing Amazon gig work, who are delivering stuff for Walmart and Target. And literally, if these people were to become nerds and spend a week learning AI, first week learning AI, second week selling that stuff, they can make more money in 3 days than they make all month doing DoorDash or gig work. Literally, this is the truth. Because AI, and this is the thing, I did a video on my other channel talking about this girl. Her name is, I forget her name, but she wrote a book, and the book was doing really, really well. And then word got out that the AI may have had a hand in writing the book, and then all of a sudden, the girl wrote the book as an indie publisher. The book got a lot of traction. The book was doing really well. Then she got picked up by Hachette, and then whispers about her book being written by AI came out, and literally Hachette pulled her book out the bookstores. They were supposed to launch the book here in the United States, and they're like, that got canceled. All because she was using, once again, I don't know if she was using AI. She says she wasn't. But here's the thing, and this is the thing, and let's talk about this. People enjoyed her book and were leaving good reviews. Then once AI came into it, people started losing their minds. Let me explain something to you, and this is something you really need to hear. The people who will become millionaires in 2030 will be the people who embrace AI today. This is what's going to happen. 2030 or sooner, AI is going to write a book, it's going to get awards, it's going to do really well, and no one's going to give a shit that it's written by AI. How do I know this? Right now, there's a group of AI models on Instagram and other stuff. And people know that these models don't exist. They're not real people. And people know this and they follow them. And what's going to happen right now, we got this barrier, this AI, right? And what's going to happen is this barrier is going to just disappear. In 3 years, there'll be a heavy adaptation of people using AI for everything. 2030, you would probably have something that's going to be like OpenClaw times 100. 2030, you will have AI that will be able to create a YouTube video, create the thumbnail, create the story, create the write-up, all this other stuff, and you just have to prompt your ideal into a prompt. That's coming. Now, you got a choice. You go around like, I have a friend and his girlfriend's like, I want nothing to do with AI, right? That could be your choice, right? That could be the way that you want to go. I am going to be one of those millionaires in 2030. I'm going to tell you why. Because essentially what is happening with AI is incredible. I want you to really, really think about this. Really, really think about this. You could take a week to learn these new AI skills, right? And the next week, you could go out and use these skills to make money. Now, I've had people approach me, and this is one of the things that I'm thinking has happened. I had someone who wanted to build an OpenClaw system for me, right? I'm a nerd. This is something I could do for myself if I needed it. The way I run my business, I don't really need OpenClaw at the moment. Now, what's going to happen as I get into this AI training, I'm going to have to set up an OpenClaw because the things are going to happen that I'll need it. But at the moment, I don't need OpenClaw. And then what's going to happen in the future? I would say by the summer, I'm probably going to have, I don't even know if I'm going to buy a Mac Mini or something, but I will have a completely autonomous device that will have AI running on it 24/7. And we're going to get very, very heavy in AI, really heavy into AI, really, really heavy in AI. And what I have done is I have created a new YouTube channel that I'm going to put this video on as well as this video, because what's happening is a lot of the usual viewers, they're just not interested in AI. They're not interested in making money. They're just not interested in growing their pockets. They're just not. That's a group of people, they're interested in drama and entertainment and hype and stuff. That's what they're interested in. But there's a group of you who are interested in making more money. And I want you to think, I want you to really, really think about this. This is the 1st of April. This is the 2nd day of April. That literally in the next 90 days, from scratch, with no training, with no experience, starting from scratch, with no following, you could be making $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month using your new AI skills. This is the reality of today. And this is one of the things that, I looked at because I used AI, and this was one of the reasons that after taking a year and a half off from YouTube, I was come back, and if the payment processors had allowed it, would have made $100,000 in December. That's how powerful AI is. But here's the thing. You got to do the work. And we're going to do it, and we're going to talk about it. So what I'm going to be doing is live training. I haven't quite figured out the day and the time, but definitely Saturday at, let's say, 3 p.m. Let's say Saturday at 3 p.m. That's our guaranteed first session, because this is going to come out on a Thursday. So Saturday at 3 p.m., the link will be below. We're going to have our first session. And this is something else I've done. Like literally, I've been doing free training. Show up at 3 o'clock. People weren't showing up. You want to know why? Because they want some of that AI game. They really want that AI notion. And it makes sense because literally, if you could start from nothing and literally start putting money in your pocket, like Saturday, let's say we start training with AI on Saturday, right? So we go Saturday to next week. Then the second week of April.
Easter is scheduled for all day Sunday.
Okay, I don't know why I did that. But the second week of April, you can start making money, real money. And for all the folks who are like looking for ways, because this is one of the biggest issues that I have, people don't know what to do. So we're going to start off with the first business model, and then we're going to talk about that and how to get it set up. And then we're going to talk off with the second business model. And this is why it's going to be a monthly subscription, because every month there's going to be a different model that we'll talk about. Plus, I'll continue with the YouTube training and all this other stuff. But literally, we're about to get really deep. Now, this is one of the things that I found interesting. People will come to me and they will offer me stuff. And it gets really funny because when I have spent years giving away free training, years and years and years. And that's become an expectation. And whenever I say, hey, this is paid training, people are like, well, where's the free training? I'm gonna tell you where the free training's gone, and this is gonna benefit you. The people who actually pay just even a little bit typically outperform the people who pay nothing. And that's why the monthly fee is going to be $45 for the month of April. And then we'll see how that goes. And then essentially, you will get training, you will get access to the recorded knowledge, and you'll get live training. That's for $49.99. Then for people who want one-on-one, every time I put up something where I talk about, I get people who will like sign up for it because it's free, right? And one of the things that I'm getting away from that is because people want to have conversations to talk about what they're thinking about, what they're doing. Anytime it comes up to, have you made a decision? This is when we just come into air. It's like, I don't know. And I'm telling you, the people who do not adopt the power of AI today will deeply regret it in 2030. Will deeply regret it. Because what's going to happen? Job losses are about to start mounting like crazy. And if you're one of those people who are going to get impacted, and you're going to be like, I was listening to Samantha Rawnoff. She's an AI influencer. She was talking about this guy who was in tech, lost his job, got laid off, got evicted. And she was like just looking at this, and this is the big thing. If you are willing to do the work, you don't have to be laid off. You don't have to lose your car. Your credit doesn't have to go bad. You don't have to have child support issues if you're willing to do the work. And this is one of the things that I find to be interesting. And this is where my sales background comes in quite heavily, because I was able to diagnose what his problem was. He didn't have enough leads. And, he didn't have a lot of money. We had this conversation about the money. And I was able to go out and find 500 leads in his category in 30 minutes. 30 minutes. And literally, as I sit down and think about it, I could put together, using AI, a massive scraping tool that can literally scrape every state in the United States. Now, this take a little time because you just can't like, hey, I want you to scrape all of the, no, that's too big of a prompt. So what you have to do is break it down in multiple prompts and just hit a city and hit all of the surrounding cities, right? But literally, if you spent, say, 2 hours, you could get 5, 6, 7,000 leads for free. Let me say that again. If you were to sit down with this proper AI, you could get 5,000 leads in 2 hours and then spend all whatever time it takes you to call. Like, one of the reasons I would say you want to call them, because email is kind of funky right now. The spam filters on Gmail, Yahoo, and Microsoft are so high that a lot of good emails just go straight to spam. So like me, I have a private email. Like I create my own emails. When I create a new domain name, I get to create my own emails. I don't have that problem because I am creating my emails, my own emails. So virtually all my emails come to me. But most folks who use Gmail, that's not the case. Not the case at all. So I want you to think about this. And I really want you to really sit down and think about this. That if you were to spend a week deeply learning AI, the very next week, you can have cash in your pocket. This is the reality of doing business right now. But once again, I'm going to walk you through the steps. You've got to use AI copiously. You have to use it on a heavy basis. You have to really use it. But here's the thing that's going to happen. And I remember years ago, I had this conversation with a friend, and he was selling some stuff online. And once he made his first sale, he got really excited. He said, oh my God, this is real. And I guarantee you, you spend that week, and the next week you start making money. Once you get those first few sales, you will be hooked. It's like, man, this is putting money in my pocket. I got to do more of this. And there's other things that's going to happen because like Perplexity, Gemini, Claude, there's so many things it can do. But here's where things get really good. You start becoming a heavy user of AI today, right? It's 2026. Oh my God, you will be at the forefront of what's coming out in 2028. I'm telling you some powerful stuff that's coming out. There is an AI that makes movies, YouTube, like I'll figure it out once I get deeper into the AI. Because what I've been trying to do is teach what I know has worked for me. YouTube, personality, a product, and sell it, right? And that takes time. But with AI, you don't have to wait that long. I want you to think about this. Start a business this month and make money this month. I mean, for many of you, that's a game changer. Especially as like, say you're a stay-at-home mom, right? And you know, when your kid's sleeping or doing something, you have a few hours. What if you, as a stay-at-home mom, was able to make $5,000 a month? That's a game changer. That's a game changer. You have a husband that works and you're able to make $5,000 a month or $60,000 a year and still get to be home to raise your kid. That's a game changer. And this is the reality of the world today. Right now, there are so many things you could do. There's so many businesses you could start. And once you become knowledgeable about AI, and once again, I'm going to put this on my regular channel and put this on my AI channel because once again, many folks here are just interested in drama. But there's a small group of people who like, man, bring me this new knowledge, man. Bring me this new knowledge. I'm ready for it. I'm hungry. And they'll pick up on it. And then the folks for the AI channel would jump all over the AI stuff because this is what they're hungry for. But seriously, if you literally wanted to create a new revenue source very quickly, really cheaply, like to find those 500 leads cost me $0. Now, if you've been in business and you know about acquiring leads, you know that like for some insurance companies, they will pay $50 for a qualified lead. So here's just off the top of my head, you become really good at finding leads, right? Let's say you spend 8 hours and you find 5,000 leads. No, you spend 8 hours, maybe you get you like 25,000 leads. Do you know you can sell those leads? You can actually sell those. Now, this is what a lot of people do, and I think it's I hate it, but it's just part of the lead market. They sell those leads to multiple people. So let's say you found 20,000 leads And let's say I got a great deal. I'm selling you 20,000 leads for $1,000, which is cheap. And you sell it to 10 people. You made $10,000 for 8 hours of work. This is the reality. This is the world that we live in today. And if you're willing to embrace it and go hard, you can make a lot of money. A lot of money. You can do that. And this is the world we live in. So we're getting ready to go hard on the AI stuff. I'm going to continue all of my other training for my students who've paid for that. And then this is going to be the new things. And what I'm going to do is just grandfather everyone else that's already paid into the new training as well. Because I was telling someone tonight on the YouTube training, he was just like, wow. He was blown away at what I was able to do. Because here's the thing. If you've been in sales, you know, one of the biggest issues is finding leads. And if you can literally create a pathway, like, let me give you the numbers. This guy, he's on disability. And if he were to get 10 clients, that would put him at about $3,500 a month of reoccurring revenue. And it would be 70,000. It would be like $70,000 up. 700 times 10, be 7,000 up front. Then it'll be 3,000. That literally would change his life. Will literally change his life. So we're talking about stuff that can change your life and really do things very differently for you and create a different set of circumstances for you. So we're about to go hard and heavy in the AI training. The links are below. The first class is going to be Saturday at 3 p.m. The link will be below, and I'm going to let everyone know because this is coming out on a Thursday. So if you want to learn AI this week and then make money next week, you want to jump in.